4 superpowers that you have developed as a result of being raised by a narcissistic parent. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. And of course, I will give you a few personality traits, how to discover whether your parent was narcissist or not. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sylwia. I'm a psychotherapist. I have developed this channel for you to help you understand your mental health and personal development. So in today's podcast, we will talk about 4 superpowers that you have developed as a result of being raised by a narcissistic parent. But before we even go there, before I will tell you about the 4 amazing superpowers that you have, let's dive into the narcissistic traits that a parent have. So basically the first one and the most obvious one is, of course, narcissistic parents will always look after their own needs first. They will prioritize themselves, their own needs above their children. They're very neglectful. They are very easy to criticize you. They are very controlling, and emotionally they manipulate you just to please them. Also, narcissistic parents, they will be emotionally unavailable. They lack empathy, and they will be emotionally distant. They will be very self-observed and self-centered. So basically everything is around them, for them. It's them that matters the most. They might seek admiration and validation from others, and that's what they constantly focus on. And all of that creates unstable and very unsafe environment for a child's emotional development, which of course impacts our own attachment. And just to briefly say what attachment is the bond that a child and the caregiver creates, and based on that bond, based on that connection, it's how we then perceive relationships and ourselves, and how we navigate relationships in life in general. So as you can see, attachment is important. It's very, very important. It's very impactful on how we perceive ourselves, other people, and how we bond and how we create relationships with others. So having being raised by a narcissistic parent, we constantly experienced inconsistency in love and affection. And that is because parents' validation was always conditioned. So we have received lots of conditional love rather than unconditional love. So we had to watch ourselves, had to see and pay attention where we are, what we do around our parents, because they were the center of our world. As children who were raised by narcissistic parents, we might felt like we constantly had to seek for love. We constantly had to seek for their approval, but which resulted a huge fear in us, fear of being rejected, fear of being abandoned. So we were growing up with loads of fear in us. And of course, having a narcissistic parent, of course you will be walking on the eggshells. Of course you will be constantly watching what you're going to say, what will be your next move, how you're going to present yourself not to upset the parent. So all of that can lead to insecure attachment styles. So that means for adults, that means that we constantly need, even as an adult, we constantly need validation. We constantly feel that trusting people is not safe. We don't trust easily, if we trust at all. We become overly dependent on others. And we constantly seek reassurance. Also, children who have been raised by narcissistic parents, sometimes we go to the opposite way, where we suppress our emotions, where we become emotionally unavailable for them as well. We just suppress our own needs. We become very distant in our own emotions and with creating a bond with other people. And we will be avoiding intimate relationships. And that is just to protect ourselves from being disappointed, hurt, and from feeling the pain of maybe being rejected, maybe being abandoned, maybe not feeling good enough for the other person. Also, we would fear vulnerability. We wouldn't feel vulnerable. We would have the mask on to mask our own true feelings. And we might be perceived as cold and distant. But remember, this is just a mask. This is just a coping mechanism that you have developed as a result of being raised by a narcissistic parent. So, it's now time to talk about the 4 superpowers that you have as a result of that. I don't want you to feel like you're broken and there's something wrong with you. I don't want you to feel like now this is not fixable. It is. You can heal yourself. You can. And you are amazing just the way you are. What you have experienced, remember, that doesn't define you. That doesn't tell you who you really are. But as a result of your experience, you have developed those 4 lovely superpowers. So, adult child of a narcissistic parent tend to be off the charts on empathy and emotional intelligence. So what does that mean is that you can be very attuned with other people's emotions. You understand other people's needs. You're attuned with other people's emotional state of being, and you know how to act around them. Second superpower is that we are incredibly observant and have unbelievable insights. So we have a deep sense of insight, of perspectives, which gives us always look at the bigger picture. We have very strong observational skills. We can be very adaptive. We can read between the verses. And we also understand complex social dynamics. Third superpower is that we are amazing advocates for mental health. We understand people's suffering. We understand people's pain. And we can be very compassionate in what we do. We can be very compassionate with other people. Also, we can use our own experiences to help the other person overcome their own pain. And fourth superpower that you have developed, that you have as a result of having narcissistic parent, is that you are extraordinary on self-reflection and personal growth. You're always ready to work. You're always ready to better yourself. You want to better yourself. You're not afraid of taking opportunities that will help you grow, evolve, and basically better yourself. You also have deep desire to overcome any unhealthy patterns. And as I said, you have that readiness in you to do the work. You're not afraid of working, of taking responsibilities. You're just ready to do the work, which is amazing. Also, as a psychotherapist, those clients are very lovely people to work with, because you're always, whatever challenge the psychotherapist will give you, you're always taking it on, and you're always learning. You're always willing to take something from it. So, and of course, that is not to rule the other clients, but those clients are it's very easy for any psychotherapist to work with you. So even though you had loads of pain as a child, even though you had experienced loads of pain, emotional pain as a child, these also have other side, other truth. It's not all pain, it's not all bad. And you can you know that you can heal from the past. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being here. And I will see you next week. Bye.